second end. So I'm just going to give you guys some notes, tell you guys what's going on, keep you in the loop. We will have the June challenge starting June 2nd. This is a challenge that we've done a couple times this year. What's really cool about it is it gives people an opportunity to plug into something where they can start creating some momentum, where they can get some positive daily actions happening in their life. And so we didn't want to focus on just like weight loss or physical transformation. We wanted to focus on overall wellness. So the way that I always do this challenge is we do 30 minutes of some type of movement a day, whether that is going to be walking or pickleball or jumping jacks, weightlifting, it doesn't matter. 30 minutes of movement, 10 minutes of some kind of personal development. So that could be a video, that could be an audible, that could be a book, 5 minutes of silent time. So you can spend that time meditating, praying, just sitting in silence. Eating real whole foods is number 4. So that means that you're not eating anything processed. We're not putting any crap into our body. It's just real whole food. And then the last one is going to be usually it's our detox line, and it's going to be I'm not sure if we're only going to do the detox line this time. We might integrate another bundle in there. So we'll let you guys know when we unroll that. But the goal is that we're touching on not just physical transformation, but we're touching on the emotional, we're touching on the energetics, we're touching on, of course, the physical as well, but we're integrating everything all in one. And what's amazing is, let me make sure everybody is, make sure everybody's muted. Everybody should be muted. The cool thing about it is that the challenge comes with an ebook, which is going to be awesome because it has recipes, it has a grocery list, it has types of workouts. So if people want to do home workouts with their body, or if they want to go to the gym, or if they want to use weights, there's different types of workouts in there that anybody can do, literally from your living room to a gym. I've got in there some biohacking tips. I talk about meditation. I talk about emotional processing, talk about the detox line. It's a whole, I think it's like 60-page ebook that's in there that you get to give the people that you're signing up as well. So it's not even just for you. Yes. And so you can invite customers. That's honestly why this whole challenge was created. So we did our first one at the beginning of the year, our Start Strong challenge. And it was amazing, you guys. It was so cool because so I've been coaching for a long time, and this is what I used to do. I used to host challenges like this with my clients. So I just took my wellness guide that I used to use for my clients and then just transferred it over to here. And the results are really amazing because people are grateful. Not only are people averaging 5 to 15 pounds that they're losing a month, and what's amazing about it is they're losing that in inflammation because they're taking the detox line. So they're starting to regenerate their liver. And it's really important that you guys understand this. I was talking to a friend a couple days ago, and she called me and she was really upset because she got diagnosed with having too much fat on her liver. And she's like, Brooke, I've been doing all the right things. I've been eating all the right things and exercising. Do you think that's why I'm not losing weight? And I said, 1,000% that's why you're not losing weight. It is not possible for your body not to function properly if your liver is not happy. What do we know, guys, right? If the liver ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. And it's important that you guys have to understand that. And I want you guys to know that we're not a hype company, and you don't want us to be a hype company, because hype companies will never solve. And I'm not even just talking about the network marketing space. I'm talking about in the grand scheme of all the companies on this planet. We want to be a company that's reconnecting people back to the truth and the solutions that it doesn't just take a fat loss drink to lose fat. It takes literally restoring the organs in your system and making sure that your system is functioning properly in order for it to do its processes effectively. Whether that's cardiovascular, whether that's weight loss, whether that's mood and mental health. I mean, I love the mental health area, and people want to go directly to like, what do I take right now to fix my mental health? Well, we're not addressing the fact how many toxins are in your system. That's where glutathione comes in. What does your gut health look like? That's your probiotics. What about your omegas? How much fat are you getting into? How much fat is your brain receiving? That's brain food. So there's so many factors that play a role into why our body is not functioning the way that it is supposed to. And so I really want you guys to remember that we're a company that focuses on addressing the systems of the body and honoring the systems of the body in order to get the body to have the right environment so the body can heal itself. Like, please, 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 please understand that. And actually, I'm going to give you guys some cool stuff today so you guys can see. I broke down all of our products and I gave them fun names so you guys can remember them, because I want to show compassion to you, that I understand that receiving all of these products, especially if you don't have a background in this space, but you're passionate about it, but you're like, I haven't seen a lot of this stuff before. I'm showing you compassion and understanding that I know that it can feel like a lot when you receive it all and you're seeing it all. You're like, oh my gosh, am I ever going to learn all this? Am I ever going to understand this? And I want you to know that when I received all of our products, even though I have a background in this space, I still also was like, okay, this is a lot, you know? And my mind even said, and remember, we're not our mind, we're not our thoughts, right? Our mind says things that, just because it says it doesn't mean that it's true. My mind also said at the beginning, like, do you think you're ever going to learn all these? And I was like, shh, I got this. We're good. We're going to figure it out. It's cool. Because the motivation to learn it, the motivation to understand it is the change, right? It's the biggest problem. One of the biggest problems that we're facing right now on our planet is quick fixes, is convenience. That has caused us so much damage in our health, in our mental health, in our relationships. Convenience and quick solutions and answers instead of education and understanding and work. There's a strong difference in the outcome you're going to get when you're addressing life in those two different areas. So I really want you guys to know we are not a quick fix company. We are here to represent the body's ability to heal when you give it what it needs to revitalize itself. This is the truth. Okay, please, you guys. All right, great. That just got on a side tangent, but that's the June challenge. Okay, so the June challenge is coming. That's what we represent. That's what we're excited about. That the details will be launching for that really soon. I want you guys to get as many customers as you possibly can. That's what you guys, I really want to say this too, that I know that there's a lot of recruitment happening, and I know that you guys are seeing these ranks coming in and you're seeing a lot of growth in the company right now, which is really amazing and awesome. And I'm so grateful for our recruiters in the company. But I want you guys to know, for all my customer getters out there, you guys, that's what really solidifies our businesses, is getting the product into as many hands as humanly possible and building a really strong name for ourselves with our customers. So I want you guys to know that this is really important to us. And I want you guys to connect the June challenge with building our customer base, because we want people coming in and experiencing, we want the roots of vital health to be so deep that it doesn't matter what happens in the marketplace and economically, that we're like a palm tree, you know, like a freaking hurricane can come and we're like, woo! And the only way for that to really happen is for us to have a really, really, really strong customer base, okay? And testimonials and experiences with our products. So that's what the June challenge is for. So when that drops, yes, I want you guys, we could have 500 participants in this challenge this time, okay? And we have a whole factory of testimonials and experiences, and that would be really cool. This is the last day for free enrollment for packs. So make sure you guys, if you guys want somebody coming in and they want that free enrollment, just so you guys know, we will have some new promos coming out soon, just to throw that out there. So be on the lookout for those. We are also launching the new bot. It's going to be called Ask Vital, just to clear everything up for everybody. I want you guys to know that the bot, the Vital Doc bot, that was originally created by another distributor that wanted to help. They were like, oh, you know what, we can create a bot and we can, but the problem is that now we don't have any control over the bot. And so sometimes the bots start to act funky and we don't have any way to quickly go and adjust it because it's not in our hands. So we just created a new one that is in our hands. So it's going to be easy for us to go in there and change things when the bot starts acting a little crazy. So that bot will be launching soon. It's going to be called Ask Vital, and we're just fixing a couple little tweaks with it. So that's on its way, just to let you guys know. And I want to, before I get into my training, for anybody that is new here, I want to just remind everybody the mission of this company. And we went to a business alignment trip, and it was really incredible because we already knew one piece of the mission of Vital Health, but then we really connected to a deeper layer of the mission. And I want to talk about that. So for anybody that doesn't know, Tony Rodriguez's parents both passed away by the time he was 16 years old. And The only reason that we're all here today is because that event occurred. And I bring that, and I want you guys to always remember this inspiring story of why we're here, because how many people here have experienced something really, really, really hard in their life? And how many times have you turned your pain into purpose, or do you still let it haunt you? And that's what Tony did. And you know, there's no wrong or right. There's just what you decide that you want to experience. You know, like for me, I grew up in a lot of violence and a lot of abuse. I had a very not great childhood, for my entire childhood. And I took that pain and I stuffed it down and I turned it into a victim story. I didn't turn it into purpose. I turned it into purposelessness. And I tell you that because I know very well we all have our own pain. And I truly believe that we didn't come here to experience the hard things for nothing. We came here and we experienced them so that we could go out and we could change the world from our ability to alchemize our pain and turn it into purpose. And that's what Tony did. And that's why we're here. And that's why it's so special to me. It's so special. It should be so special to us that a man chose to go that route and turn his pain into purpose. He took the hardest moments in his life of losing his closest loved ones and turned them into a mission to help others. And I want to ask you, just in case you don't know, do you know what the definition of alchemy is when we refer to personal development? Do you guys know? You guys have heard of that word, right? Alchemy is the process of transforming your own inner pain, your limitations, your fears into wisdom and strength, lessons and power. Okay, that is what alchemy is. It's the art of inner transformation. Okay, turning your pain into purpose, turning your words into wisdom, turning your struggle into strength. Imagine how impactful the world would be if everybody chose to alchemize. Your ability to alchemize could impact every single person in your life positively. So I want you to stop for just a moment and I want you to take a look at one of the hardest things that you've experienced in your life. One of the hardest things that you've experienced. And I want you to really think about that. And I want you to think about 3 ways, and you don't have to do this all right now. This could be a reflection, journaling question that you go into later. But I want you to think about, what are 3 ways that your pain could be of purpose? How can you alchemize that pain and turn it into purpose? And this is how we heal, guys. This is how we take something that's been haunting us, something that's been stuck inside of us, and we alchemize it and we turn it into something different. You know, like Tony Robbins, I love his story because he grew up where he was really poor and he didn't have food. They didn't celebrate Thanksgiving because they didn't have any money. Now he has one of the largest food drives in the world around Thanksgiving because of what he experienced, because of the pain that he experienced. Look at that. It's amazing. People who were sexualized at a young age now have grown up and created the largest nonprofit around bringing awareness to what that looks like to little children. Like their most painful experiences that we would never wish on anyone, they've done something and they've gone out and they've changed the world with it. A man losing his parents committed himself to becoming a holistic practitioner to educate humans about how to be preventative with devastating illnesses. That is the world that we live in. That is what we stand here. That is what we stand for here at Vital Health. This is what you have joined. This is the energy of the company that you are a part of, a company that believes in the power to alchemize to make the world a greater place. So, in the process of his alchemizing, Tony created a product line to reconnect us back to the truth of our health, right? Herbs, adaptogens, roots, leaves, they're all gifted to us and they're meant to be part of our lives, you guys. They're so meant to be part of our lives. It's not a coincidence for anybody. Like this is how you know for sure. This is like what seals the deal. Do you think it's a coincidence that chamomile soothes the nervous system? Do you think it's a coincidence that milk thistle heals the liver? Do you think that it's a coincidence that white willow, removes pain from the body? Like, do you think that these herbs, these thousands of herbs that have these results are coincidences? No, they're not. And our ancestors knew this. And over time, and I'm not sure the exact time that it happened, but we became disconnected from that truth. And it's not too late though. That's what's most important. It's not too late. The ship has been heading in a certain direction and it's been giving us a certain outcome that's really scary, to be honest with you guys. It is a little scary where we're headed with our health, but it's not too late to turn it around. Okay. The reality is a lot of people are getting they're getting rich because we're sick, you know, like there's a lot of people that make a lot of money on us being sick. And, you know, what they choose to do, the people that do profit off of our sickness, what they choose to do, that's their business. But what we choose to do is our business. So we need to worry about what we can do. What's in our control? What do we put into our minds, our bodies, our hearts? That's where the focus needs to be. It's so easy to get caught up in pointing the finger on like, well, they shouldn't do that and they shouldn't allow that and they shouldn't, this should be illegal and blah 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 blah. But that doesn't, but that pushes the power to someone else instead of claiming our own power. What can we do? Then we lead through our own experiences, sharing education and becoming an example of the potential possibilities. Okay. So I want to show you guys our product line because we've been given a product line that's so unique. It's so special. It's so synergistically beautiful to represent. So I'm going to share my slides with you because I want you guys to visually see what I've got, and I'll share them so you guys, you know, can check them out outside of this moment. So don't feel like they're gonna go away and you won't see them again. I'll share them. Okay. Beep 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 beep. Okay, so all right, so this is a one page sheet that just gives you like really quickly what the products are, you know, like quick keywords to each product. Okay, so this is going to be available. And then each product, I'm not going to be able to go through every single one of these because I'm gonna run out of time and I still have things I got to tell you. But I made one of these for each one, so it just goes through the fun name, you know, the liver detoxifier. You know, we're looking at liver detoxification, bile detoxification, digestion, metabolism, skin clarity. Okay, so it's going to say 3 powerful benefits, and then it's going to say who needs it. Iodine, the kidney revitalizer. So we're restoring, you know, healthy urinary flow, kidney function, detoxification, water retention, water balance within the body. And we've got our gentle cleaner and gut soother. So this is our tea detox. So this is where we're looking at having relief from bloating, the regulating bowel regularity. I want you guys to know if you're taking this and if you've run into not having the release that you're looking for, there's multiple reasons that could be happening. Okay, so if this ends up kind of tightening everything in your bowels, there's reasons that that's happening. You could be dehydrated, you could be lacking minerals, you could have a flush coming out of the liver from toxins that's starting to get jammed up. There's multiple reasons that could be happening. And I'll probably put out, actually no, just so you guys, actually I just did a training on this while we're here, a recording, so you guys will get access to that. I did a video where it goes through every product and it talks about how to take it, and it also talks about how to adjust based on your specific needs. So, you know, like glutation plus or glutation, if you're dealing with extra toxins within the system, or you are dealing with, let's say, something related around mood, like something extreme around mood and detoxification, you've been around a lot of toxins, you've got a lot of metal in the system, you can like amp these things up. So our products are a system, you guys. Well, they're focused on the systems of the body. S-Balance is going to restore the health to the pancreas. So if you're somebody who doesn't have any issues with having balanced blood sugar levels, great. You can use this as a proactive approach to just keep a healthy pancreas. But if you are somebody who's struggling to have a little bit of that balance with the blood sugar, then great, you can amp this up. You don't have to take what's on the back recommended 1 a.m., 1 p.m. You could do 1, 1, 1. If you're really severe and you're really past the proactive point, then you can do 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, and you can amp these things up. So I want you guys to look at it like that. I want you to look at it like, let me think. I don't know. Maybe think of it like a Tic Tac. If your breath kind of smells bad, you eat 1. If your breath is really bad, eat 3. I don't know, but like think of it like that. Like increase based off of the need of the product, and you can do that with them. Like 40 Flora, you know, if this is just a nice little cleanse in the morning, cool. If you drank a gallon, you know, a half a gallon of milk and you're intolerant, I would eat like 4 of these. You know what I'm saying? So you can amp it up just based off of the the product itself. So I want you guys to kind of go through these. This is going to be a nice cleansing to the digestive system and the colon. Glutation and glutation plus, these are incredible for removing toxins from the system, heavy metals from the system. S balance, this is a super powerful antioxidant, which is really important because antioxidants reduce that oxidative stress. S balance, this is supportive for the pancreas. This is great for hormonal balance as well, supporting the metabolism. Fortiflora is for the gut. This is going to promote healthy pH balance, bowel regularity. If you have food intolerances, if you've had food poisoning, this is great for that as well. Bloating. Idole, this is my favorite name out of all of them, the Zen Master. So this is really great if you want to just restore some of that nervous system balance, which will enhance. Actually, I need to get David. David! Then you have sorry, David's gonna check our bags, and I'm like, I need him to add a bag. So multitasking. But this is gonna support the nervous system, which is also going to improve your rest, which is also going to support if you've got overstimulation or if you're trying to support the mood. Anybody that has neurodevelopmental struggles, this is supportive for that as well. Omegas, this is for the brain, the skin, the heart. This is for your whole freaking body. Your body loves omegas. This is really important if you want to improve cognition, making sure that you have the right memory. If you don't, one reason I'm really big on omegas is because I want to keep my memory for a really, 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 really long time. So this is great for mood, the nervous system, memory. It's good for your joints. It's good for your skin. I mean, it's good for everything. So make sure you guys are getting omegas. Make sure your children are getting omegas. Really important. Make sure your dogs are getting omegas. I mean, your cats. Actually, I think a lot of cats have like, you know, their cat food has the fish in it. But anyways, just make sure you guys are getting omegas. Askelax, this is the flow enhancer. So this is great for lymphatic flow, vascular flow, you know, circulation, skin, connective tissue. Idadol, this is the discomfort and mobility supporter. So just so you guys know, we have Idadol and we have Curcumax, and they're similar in the sense that they're able to support the joints and mobility. But the strongest difference is Idadol is really great for blood health. So it's good for the health of the blood. It's good for the viscosity of the blood, where Curcumax is going to give an element to the gut that Idadol doesn't have. So those are kind of the main differences for anybody that's kind of like, oh, they're similar. What is the difference? That's going to be the difference. Idadol, blood health. Curcumax is going to support gut and connective tissue. Control, this is great for the adrenals. This is good for your blood sugar. This is good for your hormones. This is good for your nervous system, your hunger cues, cravings, people that are on a weight management journey, overwhelm, stress, boosting, you know, supporting the metabolism. This is, Control is really cool. It actually does a lot of stuff. Vital Pros, the whole body rebuilder. You guys, we are launching a new and improved protein shake. So there's going to be a vegan version and a whey version. It's going to have more superfoods. It's going to have more mushrooms. I mean, it's pretty amazing. So Vital Pro is still here, but we'll be replacing that soon. Collagen, the glow and mobility blend. So this is supportive for hair, skin, nails, everything beauty, but because we do have connective tissue, bone broth in there as well, it's also supportive for the gut. So it's great for the joints, it's good for mobility, it's good for the skin, it's good for the gut, and it tastes absolutely incredible. And it's good for circulation. It's got beetroot in there. I mean, it's got antioxidants because the astaxanthin. I mean, this thing's pretty, if you guys have not had our collagen, it's absolutely amazing. And if you want the collagen too, by the way, I've had somebody say like, oh, maybe it's too sweet for me. Go ahead and add some lemon. Dilute it a little bit more and add lemon to that baby. And then you've got some, you know, some fruity lemonness, and it's yummy. You could smush some strawberries in there if you really want to get fun with it. Put some mint in there if you want to have extra fun, okay? Get spicy with it. Nitro, so the cellular energizer and oxygen booster, increasing blood flow. Really great for if you want to, you know, address the libido, stamina. This is also doing a nice upgrade at a cellular level, a natural boost of natural energy. V Daily, you guys remember, this is your all-in-one. This is your amino. This is your multi-mineral. This is your whole foods blend, the probiotics, prebiotics. This is also your non-synthetic vitamins. I want you guys to know this, okay? There's a strong difference between your body intaking vitamins that do not come from a food source versus one that comes from a food source. Ours come from a food source, meaning when your body takes the vitamins in, it recognizes it. It's like, hello, I know you. You come from the planet. I am from the planet. I will absorb you. Whereas when you're putting synthetic vitamins into your body doesn't recognize it. Your body's like, this is this is fake. I don't know what you are. And it kind of just like pushes it through. So you don't absorb as much. It's important that you guys know that our V Daily is with non-synthetic vitamins. So the absorption rate is like, it's amazing. So you want this for gut health, hydration, digestion, healthy or clean energy, mood. I mean, this will impact every single area of the body. The energy is the clean energy and mental focus formula. So this is going to give you a non-jittery energy boost. Plus it's got additional nutrients as well. Love Cafe, you guys, this is going to be changed. The formula of this is going to change. There's a new upgraded formula that's going to be coming out that you guys are going to like even better. So the purpose of Love Cafe is to give that, additional ability to show some love and some vitality, some mood boosting. So this will actually be improved. Believe it or not, it's going to be even better. Neuro Cafe, brain gut coffee. You guys know we got the Ganoderma and the probiotics in this one. This one's the bomb.com, having that nice communication between the gut and the brain. Thermo Cafe is your metabolism activator, anyone that's on a weight management journey. Idle Boost, this is your immune and respiratory defender. You guys, this is so great if you want to be proactive with your immune system. Taking this, if you've got anything that you're dealing with in the respiratory lung area, if you're trying to recover from something, if you've had a lot of stress to the immune system, this is amazing for that. This is also great if you're looking for like a natural antibiotic effects. And then Curcumax, like I said, is similar to your Idol, so it's going to support the joints and mobility. Discomfort, but it's also going to support the gut and the tissue recovery as compared to Idol, where it's going to focus on the blood. All right. I explained this already, the system. So based off of what our products do, if you're trying to support a specific area more. So let's say you just are taking, if you're just being proactive about your health, you might take 1 Curcumax or 2 Curcumax a day versus let's say you just came out of surgery and that you've taken some antibiotics, you've had your tissue ripped open. We're going to increase our Curcumax, right? Because we're trying to amplify the effects of that specific area. So I just want you guys to kind of understand what that looks like. If you are struggling with leaky gut and you know that your body's not absorbing the amount of nutrition that it should, great. Let's get some collagen in there to bind back your gut a little bit better, do some gut healing, but maybe let's increase the V Daily because your body's not able to absorb as much nutrition. Let's boost the nitro because that's also increasing nutrient absorption. So take a look at your body, what system needs a little more love, and you can always increase these to support that. And I want you guys to know the quantum bioelectric analyzer is a non-invasive tool that scans your body using gentle waves. It reads how your cells and water molecules respond to find energetic imbalances, helping you understand where your body may need support. Okay, so I just want you to know, so you guys are thinking, like, if you're ever wondering, like, what's the definition of how that works? Super simple. This is how it works. Okay. And then our GMP, this is also really important because sometimes people are like, well, quality, how do I know that we don't have mold? Or how do I know we don't have contaminants? Or how do I know that we don't have metals? Or how do I know that our products are high quality? We have our GMP stamp. This is our Good Manufacturing Practices stamp. In order for us to have this, they have already tested our products for contaminants like pesticides, heavy metals, toxins, additives, things that are not supposed to be in our products. They've already been tested through the Good Manufacturing Practices entity. Okay, so I want you guys to know that that exists and that we've gone through that rigorous testing to have this stamp. Okay. Okay, and that is the end of that. Let me take a look at. Okay, so I want you guys just to stop and think, about after going through all those slides, I want you to stop and think about the people in our lives. How many really healthy people do you know? How many people do you know that are living a life of pure vitality where nothing's wrong, no issues? They feel absolutely incredible. How many people do we know, right? And I want you to think about what life can look like if the change starts with us. Okay, the change has to start with us because people don't do what we say, they do what we do, especially our children. Our children do not do what we say, right? They mimic what we do, and it's vital that we're setting the example. And I want you guys to be a little scared. I do. I want there to be a little bit of healthy fear. I believe in healthy fear. Most of the time, in most situations, the mind likes to create fear when it's just going to end up holding us back. But there should be a tiny bit of fear. You know, there is that fear of if you're at a cliff and friends are jumping off the cliff, like, yeah, man, it's safe. No, you should be a little scared. Don't jump off that cliff. There is such thing as healthy fear. You know, there was that video a couple years ago where all those kids were jumping off the back of that moving boat. Well, all those kids died. And I want my child to be a little scared if they ever go on a boat, say, do not jump off of a boat. You will die. There should be a little bit of healthy fear in the right regards. And I want you guys to be a little scared about the future of where things are going, because the ego will try to keep you safe and alive, right? So it's not all wrong, but you need to have the discernment to know when it's holding you back from a perceived threat, like being told no to your business opportunity. That's a perceived threat. Us going out there and changing the world with Vital Health, that's a perceived threat. That's not actually something you need to be afraid of. But right now, I'm telling you that there's a piece of fear within that if we don't advocate for this, and if we don't act on our own health and for future generations, I just don't know how long the human species can continue at this rate. I don't know how we can sustain with the health that we have. We came here to evolve and support our fellow humans' evolution, and we came here to have a good time. To be honest, those are the reasons I think that we exist. We came here to support the growth and this interdependent relationship that we have. We also came here to have fun. Okay. So I believe in both those at the same time. So, but nobody's going to be having a good time when their health is deteriorating. Drop a 1 in the chat if you're ready to turn your pain into purpose. And drop a 2 in the chat if you believe in this mission and reconnecting people back to a natural approach to their health. Drop a 2 if you believe that is worth fighting for. Remember, guys, we're all here having a human experience. But what separates a good life from a great life is having something great that you stand and you fight for, a purpose, a mission beyond the material, and an impact beyond your own benefit. That's the kind of life when you're about to leave this planet, because we all do, you think, yep, I truly lived and I have no regrets. All right, guys, I gotta go. I gotta go jump on my plane. Thank you. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys so much. I will get those slides out to you, and I'll make sure that those are available. Anything that you guys need, of course, you guys know you have a huge team to plug into. All the leadership here just has the biggest hearts, and I'm so grateful for everyone here. I'm grateful for Daniel West, grateful for my husband, I'm grateful for the Stallards, I'm grateful for Tara Truax, grateful for Michael Beal and James Lennart. I'm grateful for our owners. I'm grateful for the TNT team. I'm grateful for absolutely Sarah Shamoon. I'm grateful for all of the leaders here. You guys know who your leaders are. Oh my gosh, we got Easy and Keith in the house. Eric. So Stephanie. Trying to pop all these off at the top of my head. You guys, I'm so grateful for all of you. Get back to your leaders if you have questions. We're here to support you. We do truly love you. Thank you guys. Carla, Kimberly.